gentlemen, there we are. At last. We are here for Tuesday Tier 2 in Hungary today. Quickly restarted the stream there because my PC was shitting itself, but it seems like it's fine now. So
it's alright. It's alright.
Yeah, it's looking good now. Yes, I believe so. So we've got 6 minutes left in this qualifying session, just under 6 minutes. And so far Formula Chris is leading. He's on professional pole with a 13.7.
He's on softs though.
Yeah, let me quickly have a look. Yeah, the top 3 have done their time on softs, I believe.
Yeah, that's going to be a big disadvantage because a lot of people have gone for the medium tire strat, which is the better strat. Like really, if you want to go softs and do either a soft to hard or a soft medium, you need pretty much the entire grid to go soft. Otherwise you just end up losing out massively, especially in traffic. So, like really, it's just not the optimal strategy. Mediums work much better, and after the first 3 or 4 laps they're actually quicker than the softs. So the thing with the softs is they will grant you good track position in qualifying, but they really don't matter that much after that. So you have to try and get to the front as quickly as you can on softs and try and protect it until you pit. That's the best way of going about it. So in that respect, the medium to hard strat is a lot easier to pull off.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the medium to hard strat is definitely the one to go with here. Usually you don't see a lot of people doing their quali laps on the soft semi. On this track anyway.
Well, the thing that a lot of people do now, because we can't do qualifying on hards anymore in this game, is they will do the lap on softs and they will push that, but coming out the final corner they'll slow right down. So they get kind of a good indication of how the track is and where the grip is, and practice their fast runs without jeopardizing themselves in terms of posting quick times that they can't beat on the mediums. That's certainly been what a number of drivers have done in this session.
Yeah, so a new driver we have with us today, by the way, is Mr. Elfster. I believe it is his first time racing here today in Tier 2. And he's done well to put it on P2 so far.
Yeah, Elfster is a pretty decent driver actually. I did race him yesterday in G-Force Racing League. He's decently quick in Hungary. He has good pace.
Alright. He has already shown that to put it on P2 so far.
Yeah, the other thing from my limited experience, I should say, of driving with him, he does seem to be quite clean, at least as far as I've experienced with him, although I haven't raced him wheel to wheel myself. But I've certainly not seen anything, any kind of driving from him that would leave me concerned.
Yeah. Alright. Sounds good. So, I also see there's 2 people disqualified from this quali session, so what happened there?
So I didn't catch it myself, but they did get disqualified for driving the wrong way on track, both of them. There are a couple of locations on this track where it is quite easy to spin the car. For example, turn 4, if you touch the death curb on the inside, or turn 5 I should say, the long sweeping right-hander, spin around, and if you are slow about getting the car turned around and pointed the right way, you can get disqualified there. The chicane immediately after that as well, if you clout the curbs wrong trying to get a good run through it, you can spin around and end up disqualifying yourself.
Yeah, most of the time it's the game disqualifies you because you're driving the wrong way. In that case, then.
Yeah. It is a bit. I suppose in those instances it is a bit unfair of the game to disqualify you for that, because for most people it's just a case of trying to get their car turned around the right way and the game doesn't really let them. So that's unfortunate, but at the end of the day you're only in that position if you make a mistake yourself, so it's a bit of a harsh penalty, but it's not entirely unjust.
Yeah, that's
I guess
true.
you could put it that way. Elfster is 3/10 up, so maybe he can challenge Formula Chris this time, or certainly improve his own anyway. Coming into the final turn now. Pretty neat, tight line through there. See, did it work out? It did. Not quite enough to beat Chris, but quite close, only about half a tenth.
Yeah.
Solidifies his position. Yeah. Like, if you can get into the 14s, low 14s on softs, that's a pretty reasonable time. If you can get into the 13s, that is legitimately quite quick. 14s actually on mediums is very quick.
Alright. So, at least I know what to do in Tier 1. Not that it's gonna happen, but...
do soft tires and qualify P11.
Sounds like a plan.
That's what I'm gonna try and do.
So, yeah, a lot of people already have retired from this session, because qualifying is almost over. But Tosi is still finishing up a lap. He just came into Sector 3.
He is down though by about a tenth. So let's see if he can improve.
Yes,
a bit of an uncomfortable situation for the people who have qualified on softs, because the three boys behind them have qualified on mediums, so there's really no benefit. Like, really, you'd want a number of other soft runners behind you to kind of act as a stopgap. But if you don't have that luxury, you're really just in an awkward situation.
Yeah, the last two people that still have to complete their qualifying are both Tilde and Wimpy, both the Red Bull Racing drivers. Tilde is currently down in P15 on the mediums. He is doing a lap on softs now.
Yeah.
And he put it in P12.
Wimpy's split at Sector 2 looks good for maybe P3. But he's backed out of it.
Slows down.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty wisely actually. Realizing the situation is better to take the mediums, and especially with qualifying P11, he'll get fresh mediums as well.
Alright.
I gotta say, the esports mic is really annoying. I have to change this.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Anyway, there you have our qualifying. We have Formula Chris on pole position. Elfster with a good debut, puts it on P2. Letosi goes P3. Justin goes P4. Also a new driver, by the way, Mr. Silent Ace. He puts it in P5. It's also a good job from him on the mediums. Jonah goes P6, Fake Garbage goes P7, Lamberger goes P8, Furiosus goes P9, Larson P10, and Wimpy goes P11.
This is better.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Thank you very much.
This is much better, yeah.
Thanks, Pixel. Very cool.
My headset is no longer ear raping me when I speak into my mic, which is quite nice. So according to Justin, full dry race, which is good to hear. The wet set Hungary is not a fun time, at least to drive.
Yeah, not really, no.
It'd be interesting to see what way this race pans out, because normally in the past Hungary races have been somewhat boring, not a lot of action, but we saw in Tier 3 earlier this week there was a lot of action. And not to plug myself and flex humbly, but I did race from P15 to P3 in the league race in Hungary yesterday. Dabbies.
Let's go.
Indeed. Point being, there might be a surprising amount of overtaking and drama today. We just have to wait and see.
Yeah. Right, so for the strategy so far, the top 3 is starting on the softs, with Fake Garbage and P7 on the softs as well. Down in P15 we have Alec B on the softs, and all the way at the back of the grid, General Pepe decided to start on the hard tires. And the rest of the grid has started on mediums.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what General Pepe can do on the counter strat, starting right at the back. Good position to be starting on that strategy, because you're not getting caught up being overtaken or whatever. You can just run your laps by yourself and let the time come to you.
Yeah.
Alec B, I would just go ahead and say that's not a good idea.
No.
Like, it's gonna feel great for the first lap and a half, then your tires are gonna start overheating. And then the people you passed on the mediums, if you pass any, will start overtaking you again and sail off into the distance.
Yeah, also keep in mind though, the 2 guys that are going to start at the back of the grid, they've both been disqualified from the qualifying session. So they might be a little bit faster than the few guys that are ahead of them.
Yeah, Dixie and General Pepe are actually decently quick drivers, so I'd expect them to make some forward progress. Maybe not so immediately with General Pepe being on the counter strategy. His race will come to him later.
Yeah. On my screen, Dixie is disconnected. Does it show that for you as well, maybe?
He is, so enjoy the jump start.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. So anyway, grid is forming up.
And there goes the jump start, epic.
Yeah, there we go. And it's I'm sorry. It's 5 lights out and away we go. Formula Chris gets a very good start. The Tosi goes around the outside of Elfster and Fake Garbage.
Yeah, pretty tight in the first turn. There was a bit of 3 wide here. Bit of 3 wide into turn 2, maybe not quite. Thinking better of that.
Yeah, it's looking clean so far.
And silent with a run on Fake Garbage. Unwise to challenge it into turn 4 on the first lap, and he's lagging as well. So, yeah,
not ideal.
Back out of that.
XTXP has lost a position. I think he made a mistake there coming out of turn 5.
Yeah, looks like it. And Wimpy is all the way down in 15th from P11.
Not sure what happened at the start there. He lost quite some positions. Yeah, he lost 4 positions off the start. Larson in P16 also losing 6 positions off the start.
Yeah,
meanwhile,
not ideal.
Dixie is... Oh, well, of course, he had the jump start, so I think he... Yeah, he just went down a few positions, I think.
Yeah,
10 at the moment.
I think his car is still being driven by AI, because it's still ghosted.
Yeah, it looks like it. So anyway, let's have a look. Yeah, the gaps are overall still very tight at the moment. It doesn't really look like there's any groups forming just yet. So we're just gonna have to see and wait where there's gonna be throughout the lap here, there's probably not going to be anything happening because of this the track's nature.
Yeah, so the two soft shed runners who started behind the medium guys have made good use of their softs on the opening lap to bulk themselves up a few positions. Fake Garbage and LFB, but now they're already starting to struggle, as Silent is stuck on the back of Fake Garbage, so expect him to find a way past, probably into turn 1.
Yeah, that might be a very good chance. Looks like he gets a decent run. So DRS is going to be enabled this lap as we go into lap 3.
Yeah, Silent showing his nose.
Yeah, he's showing his nose. He's not going for it just yet. Further down behind, we have some overtaking going on.
Eddie's had an absolute mare of a turn 1, getting overtaken by 2 cars.
Yeah, Wimpy now up into P12.
Silent thought about it into turn 4. That was spicy. And Elster has had an off. He has wing damage, I think. Must have caught the curb a bit sideways in turn 5.
Yeah, he's looking very slow.
Turn 4, I should say. Yeah, he's lost a bunch of positions. The entire left side of his wing is missing, basically.
Then I expect that he hit the wall. Out of turn 5.
And judging by where he rejoined, I think he hit the wall in turn 4. Just caught the inside curve a bit too aggressively and spun out.
Yeah, that might be
in the left-hander.
That might be a possibility as well.
Yeah.
He's down to P16 now.
Now Silent with a run on Fake Garbage again, but he has DRS this time and closer as well. Make it work.
And he gets past. Yes, he
Oh
does.
dear. Elster overcooked the pit lane entry and missed it, and I'm not sure, but I think he might have reversed to make the pit entry. I didn't quite catch that though.
Oh.
But reversing is a big no-no. If you miss the pit lane, tough luck, go around again.
Yeah. Two guys already picking up a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah. So now Justin has also made his way past Fake Garbage, and himself and Silent have started to distance them. Alec B has had an off. Yeah, turn 5.
Yeah, I must have caught the inside of the curb.
Judging by where he is, I would guess that was the case.
Oh, Lambert and Fake Garbage going side by side.
Yeah, Bertie with the tyre advantage at this point in the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And now Jonah joins the battle.
Yeah, Fake Garbage already going into the pits.
Yeah.
That's quite early.
Yeah, maybe a lap early. Pitting this soon, I would guess he's going for the 2-stopper.
Yeah, to the 2 mediums. Because then, or another soft stint and then onto the hards.
Well, he's gone to the mediums, so likely double mediums to the end. Formula Chris has a decent lead over Latosi, about 1.4 seconds, and then 2.5 seconds further back to Silent. So doing a good job in the opening laps to establish the gap between himself and the medium runners. Question is, can Chris stretch this far enough to go on to the hards? Probably his best bet strategically. Running about the same pace, more or less, as Silent. No such fortune for Latosi, he's been caught relatively quickly.
Further back down we have 3 guys in the fight for P8. XTXP currently defending that position. Furious is right on his back and Wimpy is behind there as well. Furious is with a pretty aggressive line into the last corner. He's gonna get the DRS now and he is definitely gonna get past here.
Yeah, quite easy. Well, he opened the door for Wimpy though. Wimpy decides not to have a look at it. He probably could have given it more of a go if he wanted to, but he's going to try it around here now.
Yeah, he has to go around the outside, you know.
Yeah.
XXP is still hanging in there, but Wimpy gets the better of him.
Through turn 2 though, if you're side by side with a car, the outside line is the better. Because it sets you up at the inside for the flat out right-hander.
Yeah, you can also carry more speed throughout the corner. So that also gives you a better run on the exit.
Yeah, so definitely the line of choice if you have to make an overtake. That said, if you're a quick boy and you're talented, there's no reason why you can't make the inside line work as well.
Yeah, I believe Silent is under attack from... no, actually he is right on the back of Latosi. And Justin is there as well.
Yeah, Latosi defending this, I'm not sure why, because there is a degree of inevitability about this. But
yeah, he's already lost the position. Now Justin might have looked as well. No, he's too far back. So Silent's now up to P2.
Yeah, so good work by Silent.
Justin is gonna have a look on the outside, and there's contact been made there. He managed to keep the car under control, but that was not really the gap to go for.
Yeah, Justin, turn 4 is not an overtaking spot. Don't do it.
Definitely not if you're on the outside. Now Furious is also on the back of Tilde.
Tilde's struggling a little bit. He's about 3.7 seconds behind Jonah. He's usually a bit more on form than this, but appears to be struggling at the moment. Furious, right where he needs to be to attack.
Yeah, I think Justin gets past Latosi at the moment. And looks like Lambertier is going to have a look around the outside as well. He's going to get the DRS.
Yeah, gives it a good go. Gonna try up the inside. Yeah. Goes quite deep actually and kind of shoves Latosi out.
Wimpy has gone around in turn 1.
Easier than you might think to loop it in turn 1. There is a subtle change in the
Jonah on the outside of Lambertier?
I did not see that, and I wish I had.
I think it was. It went alright. Just like Justin in the lap earlier, you managed to keep the car under control, but again, not really the best overtaking spot.
It do not be. Something to note, which might be of interest to some people. If you want to effect an overtake into turn 1, coming off the last corner with the DRS, in order to make it work, really, you need the full complement of ERS, and you need to be within about 4/10 coming off the final corner. Because the DRS zone is so short, it's not particularly potent.
Yeah, last lap we had a few people coming into the pits.
Yeah, and Wimpy has pitted actually, not surprising given the wing damage.
Yeah, he's on the hards now. Just like Formula Chris and Latosi, they have both also gone to the hards.
Yeah, so this will be a struggle for Wimpy from the position he's in to try and salvage something from this, but he can give it a good try. Yellow flags. Fake garbage is around after turn 4. Full complement of damage. He's missing his front left end plate. And a little bit more than that as well.
Yeah. now that a few people have gone into the pits, it seems like we have a few gaps having been formed. At the moment, we don't really have that many people in the DRS range. Although we have a freeway fights for P2 at the moment with Justin, Lambert and Jonah.
Saucy. Jonah with a 3-second.
Time penalty, yeah.
It's so easy to pick up time penalties at this track.
Yeah, Fake Garbage picks up 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane.
Not ideal.
No. Can't agree.
I have to say, Silent doing a very good job at this point. Out in front by 2.3 seconds. Stretched a little bit of a gap to Justin in the clean air, which is exactly what he needs to do. I don't recall having seen him pick up any time penalties, and actually he has no warnings after 10 laps. Quite impressive, actually, to be honest.
Very well done.
It is certainly possible, if you're careful, to avoid picking up any penalties here, but it is quite difficult to do that and maximize your pace at the same time. So, really, with the warnings here, it's all about fine margins, so your biggest opponent at this track actually can sometimes be yourself. Because you can quite easily end up with 9 or 12 seconds of penalties. And it's just a fine margin between that and not getting a penalty, sometimes. It's so marginal the way you maximize the track on this circuit. And in most instances, you don't actually gain anything when you get the warnings, so...
Yeah, well, it's like that for most tracks in this game. The track limits seem to be very strict. You can run wide by 2 centimeters and not gain any time, and you'll still get a warning.
Yeah, it's quite difficult here on such a tight, twisty, medium-speed track to have the finesse to avoid the warnings by those 2 centimeters, because there's so much high-speed change of direction and so many points where you have to kind of thread the needle in terms of the line. So it's quite a difficult proposition. Eddie is quite close on the back of Tilda, actually. About 2/10.
Yeah, I've been watching him for a while. He's been getting closer over the last lap.
Yeah, Tilda is not finding pace in Hungary, it seems, which is quite strange for him. I was racing with him yesterday, actually, and yeah, he hadn't seemed to be able to hook it up for whatever reason. Just, I guess maybe it's a dud track for him or something.
Yeah, that might be it. I think Lambert is also still really close on the back of Justin. Also still hasn't managed to find a way past.
Yeah, it's just losing a little bit too much time coming through that last corner. It's so long, and with the dirty air, it's quite hard to stay close.
Yeah, Eddie now going for a move on the inside of Tilde. Brakes late, locks up a little bit. Tilde looking for a cutback.
Eddie though, on the button and with the DRS.
Eddie with the DRS after turn 1. Gets the move done.
Yeah, pretty textbook in the end, so now Eddie has the task of trying to close that 5.5 second gap to I Am Furious. Elster gets by Dixie now. Dixie is still disconnected. Yeah.
Yeah.
And at this point, Dixie shouldn't be classified because we're well over a quarter of the way into the race and he hasn't been driving himself, so as Alec B retires
into the
in the
pits.
pit lane. Well, yeah, Dixie at this point will not be classified in this race. He hasn't driven himself, and he won't hit the 75% mark. So, realistically, Larson P13, Win P14, Fake average 15.
Yeah.
Jonah pits.
Yeah, Formula Chris is right on the back of General Pepe. Both of the hard tires, Formula Chris is in the net lead of the race. And he is going to fly past now. Gets in front way before the braking zone. So no issues there for him.
Chris has actually done a pretty good job here to get out ahead of Jonah by a couple of seconds. And not too much of a tire delta between the two, but the concerning thing now is Silent, given how much of a gap he's built up. I think he might well emerge ahead of Formula Chris after he pits, and with the tire advantage as well. So, at this point...
Yeah, the gap from Silent to Formula Chris is 19.9 seconds at the moment.
Wimpy retires. I didn't see where that was, in the pits, yeah.
Yeah, Silent is still staying out. So I expect him to pit maybe this lap?
Yeah, I think lap 15 is probably about the optimal time to do the pit stop.
So I see that Wimpy's car has come out of the pits again. He did that for Alec D as well, and now his car was parked on the apex, I think.
Yeah, it looked Jonah a bit. Jonah wasn't sure if there was ghosting or not.
Yeah.
But, thankfully there was.
Yeah, his car is still parked there. And now it's gone. Okay, so it's not gonna be any problem to Elfster.
Yeah. Like, fair play to Wimpy, he performed the correct procedure, he just didn't quite get it right. As I understand it, anyway, and I might be wrong then, so you can correct it. You need to press retire before you actually get into the pits, while you're in the pit lane, otherwise the AI takes over, so it performs the pit stop and pulls out of the pits again.
Okay.
Justin and Silent pitting.
Yeah, Silent and Justin both pitting.
Predictably both for hard. Where does Chris come out relative to this? Probably close, but not quite there, I guess.
It's going to be very close, yeah.
Yep, Justin actually, and right behind Silent.
Yeah, so Silent is actually in front now. He's on fresher tires.
So this is a straight fight now between the two, but it's advantage Silent with the track position and the fresher tires. Some traffic to be dealt with though coming up to the S's, and they probably won't clear XTXV until after that. So this benefits Justin quite a lot actually, because they'll be stuck behind XTXV on those old mediums.
Yeah, Justin currently has just over 2 seconds in front of him. So this traffic up ahead gives him the opportunity to get closer to them.
Not gaining quite as much as I expected he would. We've yellow flags in Sector 2 briefly. Not sure what that was about.
Yeah, I think that was the McLaren, but so is he going off track? Yeah, he goes off track again. Anyway, XTXP pulls into the pit, so that way he gives DRS to Silent, and he also gets out of the way for him. So now the only one in front of Silent still out on the track is Furiosus.
Of course, Furious hasn't pitted yet, so effectively Silent is the leader at this point in the race. And with no warnings, that's all completely legit. He is actually the legitimate leader on corrected time.
Yeah, so the top 7, about, yeah, excluding General Pepe having started on the hards. So it's the net top 5 are within about 6 seconds. So it's going to be spicy towards the end of the race.
Yep, should be entertaining. Interesting to note as Furious pits, the gap between himself and Eddie is 25 odd seconds, maybe a bit more than that. Furious, I think Furious has taken the wrong tire.
Yeah, he's on the softs. He
Um,
might be on a 2-stop strategy.
Yeah, because I was about to say this is a solid P7 for him, but he's rather gone and bottled that. Or so it would appear.
Looks like it. He gets a very big gap comparing to Eddie.
Yeah, and he's rather furiously weaved fake garbage retires in sector 2, I believe.
Yeah.
Not entirely sure what happened there.
Yeah, I don't know either. Let's see if it's gonna pose any problems. The other drivers, no, it doesn't. Too well out of the way.
Yeah, I think he just rage quit.
Perhaps. So anyway, Silence has built a 1.7 gap to Formula Chris. So he is actually making use of those fresher hard tires.
Yeah,
He's going
not
faster than
really...
the guys behind. Meanwhile, Formula Chris has Justin right on his back. So he's going to be under attack very soon.
Furious now in P6 after dispatching of General Pepe. Needs to be seen how that will shake up, because Furious took the wrong tires.
Yeah, he should have gone to the hard tires, but
well,
he's softs at the moment. Or,
yeah.
Yeah, he started on the mediums.
Unless he's doing a medium soft, which is a really bizarre strategy and probably won't work.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because the softs don't really last that long on this track, especially not when you're in traffic. Because he is a lot faster than Jonah at the moment, and he's already on the back of him, so this is definitely going to lose him time and tire wear as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So the best thing he can do is just try and overtake people in front as fast as possible and try to do fast times.
Yeah, but he is close enough to Jonah to quickly dispatch of him.
Yeah, Justin
corner.
is pretty close as well. He's showing his nose on Formula Chris and he is going for the inside.
Chris on the outside line gets the better drive off the corner though, but
Yeah,
Justin
with the
on the
DRS, he has
outside.
to go around the outside. He's trying to hang in there. He gets the inside from the fast corner. And he does get the move done at the end.
Yeah. Good
Meanwhile,
wheels
behind-
relaxing the other two.
Yeah, meanwhile behind Furiosus has also overtaken Jonah while we were watching that battle. So Justin now up into P2.
Furious nearly just died coming out of turn 5.
Uh-oh.
Was fun. Yeah, he's after cocking his rear tire, sliding all over the place now. That's the issue with the softs.
Yeah, at the start of the stint you can go very fast, but as soon as the tires get a little bit of wear on them, they generally don't really work on this track anymore. He's really struggling right now. Now Lambert is also very close to Formula Chris. He's probably not gonna go for it this lap, although he does!
Late move.
Yeah, it's a pretty late move. But,
Too late, actually.
well, it worked out in the end. There was a little bit of contact there. not sure if it was all fair.
Well, Chris understandably didn't really defend it because Lambert... Oh, Jonah's had a big off.
Oh no. Yeah, Furiosus is off as well, so they might have collided.
There may have been a bonk. Quite possibly.
Quite possibly. But yeah, the result is that this costed Jonah a lot of time. And he has damage to his front wing as well. And Furious is also down 2 positions now, including Jonah. And I believe he has damage to his front wing as well.
He does. So
Doesn't
definitely
look
gonna
too
have to
bad
put
from
now.
what I can see. I think his left wing plate, his end plate is gone.
Yeah,
On the left side.
but the damage on this track is amplified by the S's, because you get horrific understeer and the car doesn't want to change direction either. So you lose a huge amount of time.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Lamberger has gone fast from because oh, yeah, that was one lap.
Hey.
I have amnesia. Yeah, so Jonah and Furious is both pitting now. So Jonah went to the medium tires, I believe. Looks like it. Yeah, and Furious to mediums as well. So they're both going to go to the end. And they're both well out of the points. Well, not well out of the points, but Jonah has almost a 7-second gap to General Pepe up ahead of him.
Yeah, so it'll be a tall order for Jonah to get points from this, although Larson on 17 lap old hards, Elster on 17 lap old mediums, probably gonna fit. So Jonah should get points, but how many is the question, and the answer, probably not a lot.
Yeah, seems plausible. So we've got someone asking in chat what happened to Wimpy. Well, we ourselves are not quite sure as well. All we know is that he drove into the pits and then retired. Keep in mind he was almost at the back of the grid. I think he was like in P14 at the moment that he retired.
Yeah. He'd had a poor start and lost positions off that. Then at one point he spun in turn 1, got some wing damage, so it was a tall order to salvage anything from the race at that point really, so he just retired. Understandable. I guess it's not really fun to just trundle around when you know it's not gonna give you any kind of result.
Yeah.
Bertie still not able to do anything about Justin. He pulls up a little bit on the DRS and then he falls further back.
Yeah, he's kinda maintaining the gap at the moment. He's just keeping it into the DRS, but yeah, he is struggling. So I'm pretty sure that if he makes like one mistake, then and he's out of the DRS, then he's not going to be able to get back into it again. So then he might fall back down to Formula Chris.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, Furiosus is already on the back of Elfster now. Or did Elfster overtake him? I'm not sure.
Well,
yeah, I think Elfster overtook him because Furiosus and Jonah both came out of the pits like almost at the same time. Now Elfster in between the two. Meanwhile, Silent is about to lap the first car of the race. So that's Dixie, still disconnected.
Yeah, Silent doing a pretty good job at the minute. It must be said. Driving very competently.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
So-
still, as we're past the 2/3 mark at this point, he has no warnings.
Nicely done.
It do be. It really do.
Yeah, it's like on any track, it's really difficult to not get any warnings in this game.
Yeah.
Of course, there are some tracks where it's a lot easier to get penalties. For example, Canada.
Australia is another pretty awful one.
Yeah, Australia as
Curious
well.
on Elster.
Yeah, goes down the inside, and he's gonna get the DRS again.
Yeah, textbook maneuver in the end there. But
yeah,
Elster
Elster.
coming back.
Yeah, he was having a look.
What?
He didn't manage to stick it in there enough.
Yeah. Give it a good go, but no dice. Jonah on the back of Larson now on those chronically aged hards.
Yeah, meanwhile Justin has gotten DRS from Dixie, so that should have meant that the gap should have increased. Well, not increased, but at least maintained. But Justin locked up into turns 1 and 3, I believe that was. Oh, and Furious is just off the track now. Not sure what happened there.
I'm guessing he tried to yeet that corner a little bit too hard and found himself pointed at the wrong barrier.
Yeah, Jonah
Not
now
that
going
any
past
barrier is
Larson.
the right barrier to be pointed at, but you know.
Yeah, Jonah got past Larson from P9.
General Pepe closing in on XTXP.
Yeah, the gap is 3/10 at the moment.
quicker.
So if he can maintain this gap, he might be able to use the DRS to overtake XTXP on the next start-finish straight.
Yeah, I imagine that's the plan. And he's certainly close enough on the back to do that. Under 3/10 now. And Furious, I think, might have had
Yeah,
another
he slowed
issue.
down to let the 2 other cars pass, as far as I could see on the track map. He just came out of the pits and he was lapped.
Yeah.
So that's probably what caused the yellow flag. General Pepe gets a pretty good run out of the last corner, so he's going to use DRS to try and get past here. And it looks like he does.
Yeah. Pretty easy in the end. Significant tire advantage on XTXP. So, pretty simple move in the end. Furious fighting with the ghost of Dixie over not last.
That's cool.
Bother.
Looks like Lambert here is getting closer to Justin, by the way. Gap is just over 4/10.
Yeah, it's right.
Oh, no.
And 30. Too aggressive. He
lost
wanted it too
traction
much.
there. That's the commentator's curse for you.
I think he knew he was right on the edge of being where he needed to be to get the move done in terms of the gap between himself and Justin, and he just wanted and pushed for it a little bit too much.
Yeah, and he does have a lot of wing damage now, so I'm pretty sure, yeah, he definitely has to pit for that.
Yeah.
There's 7 laps to go, so he's gonna go to fresh soft tires and try to go into the end.
Yeah. Ambition ahead of adhesion, as Martin Brundle likes to say. Pretty might still be able to get Eddie though. There is still a big gap between the two. It's going to come down a fair bit through the S's, but he has enough daylight, and then obviously he'll be on much faster tires. So we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, Eddie's on old hard tires.
So a top 5 finish should definitely still be salvageable for Lambert, but not the podium that he could well have had. And it's pressure off for Justin now with that. probably resigned to the fact that Silent is just the faster of the two on this day. But no pressure from behind now.
Yeah, no. Doesn't really look like we have any fighting going on for position anyway. Got Furiosus, which is really close behind Formula Chris, but he's a lap down, so he's ghosted, so he can't really do anything there.
As expected, Bertie on soft tires.
Yeah.
Actually got jumped by
7,
Tilda
8.
and General Pepe as well.
9 even, yeah. So now he has Jonah, XTXP and General Pepe in front of him as well. And Tilda, of course.
There's a
yeah.
Mercedes off,
that's
to leave that
Furiosus.
period.
Down in D13 now.
Yeah, his race had a pretty decent amount of promise at the beginning, but it's all slipped away from him since the pit stop.
Lambert's already looking a lot faster than two guys up ahead. A lot faster.
Probably will be driving somewhat angry as well, so he's not going to hang around.
Yeah. Yeah. Gets the fastest time in Sector 2, as far as I can believe the game.
Well, that's pretty believable considering he's on soft tires at this point in Grand Prix.
In qualifying, you have to glitch where it always says do you have the fastest time in Sector 2.
I don't think that happens for spectators though.
Yeah, Lamberger might look for a double overtake here.
Yeah, gets the cheeky double. XTXP
he still has to fight Jonah.
Yeah. XTXP was P7 out of the last corner, P9 by the first corner.
Yeah. Jonah in the end is not gaining a position because Lambert made it double.
Cheeky double.
Well done. So now he has Tilda and General Pepe up ahead of him. General Pepe has overtaken Tilda the last lap. Because I do remember Tilda being a P5.
Yeah. As I expected, General Pepe's strategy has come to him quite well. Currently running P5. Decent drive.
Yeah, Lambert's already, again, going very fast in Sector 2.
Yeah, could potentially be a fastest lap of the race. I believe the fastest was a 16.6 from Furious.
Well, that's a 15.4. That's quite a bit faster. So Lambert's at least gonna get the points for the fastest lap of the race. At least that's what it looks like, unless Furiosus can take it away from him. He's gonna go on the inside of Tilda here, and he gets the move done.
Easy move.
Yeah, so now he's gonna look ahead to General Pepe to pick up a P5. The gap is 1.7 seconds at the moment, 4 laps to go. I think that should be doable.
Should be.
Yeah, he might be on the back of him at the end of the lap already. Because fresh soft tires are really making a difference in these corners.
Yeah, he's already caught half a second on this lap. Thereabouts.
Yeah, let's see if he can get it into DRS. Yeah, he does get it into DRS. Gap's 8/10 and is coming down.
Bit greedy on traction there, cost himself about a 10th and a half, but manages to hang on to the DRS, which is critical. Now just half a second. Good drive off the corner and has DRS, so it's going to close up a little further than that. So now what he needs to do is pace himself through the S's and not overwork the tires, because he's not going to get past until the end of the lap. Or maybe he's going to try here.
Wait a minute.
Well,
That was pretty bold. He did go
I
off
stand
track there.
corrected. Yeah. So maybe a little bit sketch, but he gets it done. Question is, can he get Eddie? I'm gonna... Excuse me. I'm gonna hazard a guess to say probably not from this far back. With
no,
2
probably
laps left to go.
One thing that I've noticed is that last lap the gap between Justin and Silent has come down by about half a second. It looks like Justin is going a little bit faster at the moment. He doesn't have any ERS left, so does Silent.
Yeah, Justin Barnett's in charge now. Better late than never. But I think this might be a bit too late.
Yeah, well the gap is back up to 1.9, 2.0 again. You can see that Justin is really fighting for it, but it seems like it's too little and too late. Jonah, half a second behind 3 tenths, even behind Tilde.
Interesting. Bertie has caught Eddie by around 2.5 seconds on this lap. And the gap is now 2.3.
Yeah, Jonah going for an overtake on Tilde. Goes to the inside and gets it done.
Yeah. Pretty easy maneuver in the end. Bit of a block pass. Well executed, just in 3 seconds. So Lambert not going to close by quite enough to get Eddie, unless there's penalties involved. Give it a good go though, and still top 5.
Yeah. Well, there's still 1 lap to go for them.
That's true actually.
Yeah, because they're quite a bit far down. So he might go for it here on the inside. He's a little bit late.
Yeah,
He's looking to get a good run, and he does get a good run. Oh, no. Almost lost the rear there, but he might still go for the inside. Which he does. I think he overcooks it a little bit. Eddie looking for a cutback, but not able to do it. So in the end, Lambertje does find his way past. And he's back up to P4.
Yeah, so a solid recovery at the end there.
Yeah, well done. Coming around the final corner is Silence. He's going to finish the race in 1st position. That's very well done. Justin is going to finish it in P2.
Yeah. Very good drive by Silence, I must say.
Yeah.
And
Formula Chris is going to complete the podium right here. About 18 seconds down, Lambertje is going to finish it off in P4 on track. Not sure if there are any penalties involved that might change the results, but we'll see. Yeah, Eddie jumps him. So Eddie is into P4 and Lambertje is in P5. General Pepe finishes in P6. Jonah goes P7 till P8.
XCXP in 9?
Yeah, brings it home at P9, and Larsen and Elfster P10 and 11.
Yeah, so Driver of the day, Hagrid.
That's a difficult one.
I have to agree with the game on this. General Pepe. He started stone dead last in P17. Went on to the hards, which is a difficult counter strategy to make work because the hards are just so awful on high fuel. But he stuck with it, kept his nose clean, no major issues or dramas. Just put his head down and did his work, and got P6 up to death.
Yeah, he's done well. So I'm gonna agree with that one and give it to General Pepe here.
Yeah, solid gain of plus 11 at the end there.
Yeah, so Silence at the end not picking up any penalties indeed. Eddie as well didn't pick up any penalties this race.
Yeah, Silence with 0 warnings, which is nuts.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane.
Eddie ended it on 2 warnings.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's...
Furious has done the fastest lap of the race, 14.8, so we're not gonna see any points being given away for that, because he finished outside of the top 10.
So, unlucky, bro.
Yeah, very unlucky from him. His pace was looking good.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's see if we have anyone up for interviews.
So, if you want interviews, general chat 3, I guess. Jonah and Eddie there.
Yeah, a few people already.
Justin popped in. I'll drag Justin in since he finished in P2. Hello there.
Hi.
So P2, got nabbed for the win by reserve. How do you feel about this one?
Well, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy I finished in front of my rival for once, and that means that I think I'm leading the championship by 1 point now. So that's already some motivation for next week. But yeah, I obviously would have preferred having P1, but in the end, the reserve was the quickest. The reserve was quicker on paper, so I'll take a P2.
Yeah. Thankfully though, being reserve, that's no damage towards your championship lead. So that's something. And still P2, very good result.
Yeah.
So how do you rate Hungary? I know it's a good track for some, not for others. Is it one of your stronger or weaker tracks?
I think it's up there in one of my strongest tracks. I'd say probably like top 5 strongest tracks or something like that. I don't know.
Nice. On display there today, your pace was very good. And you did a really good job in qualifying on the mediums as well, so well done there.
Thank you.
Yeah. So next round, I believe, is Belgium. That's another one of your favorites, is it? Or maybe not so much.
Well, I'm not a particular fan of driving around Spa, but I do like I as much as I don't like it too much, I find that I'm actually quick around there. But I haven't really practiced it too much on F1 2020, so like F1 2019 I was there, but then I have flashbacks to Verk. So yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully that doesn't happen this season.
I hope not. I really hope not. That was a bit of a sketchy race.
Just a bit.
Last season, yeah, just a bit. All right. So, yeah, not much of a lead in the championship as you suggest. I think you said 1 point, but carrying the form. So, how do you think you can do till the end of the season? Do you think you can go for it? 2 on the trot?
Well, that's obviously what you aim for, I guess. When, last season, winning the championship, I think it was in Singapore, because I think Noel left after Belgium, and so I had like a 200-point gap. So definitely this season it's much tighter, as you could see. But Jonah said he wouldn't be able to practice a lot. Well, I mean, he showed it today. He wasn't up there. I feel like if had it been last week, he probably would have been up there and probably would have beaten me. But I think I'll take advantage of that as much as I can of him not being able to practice and him being off pace a bit to try and run away with the championship as much as I can before, eventually I think the last 4 or 5 races are during the Christmas break. So let's, try and create a big of gap there before that happens. And yeah,
Yep.
hopefully reserves don't steal my point.
Sounds like a good game plan. Yeah, so best of luck with Belgium.
Thank you.
Hopefully it goes well. Yeah. Thanks for the interview.
Thank you.
Alright, so who's next?
We've got Eddie and Jonah.
I will yoink in Eddie.
Right.
Oh.
Hello there.
Hi.
Happy, sad, disappointed, surprised?
All of them. D, all of the above. Not. I was extremely not happy with my quali. I was practicing and I was going around 5 to 6 tenths quicker in practice, and then just completely bottled it. Started from P14. I'm kind of happy with the end result though. I wasn't expecting myself to stay clean and not have any penalties, but hey-ho, I guess it worked.
Yeah, it definitely did. So well done on that. It was a really solid drive, and as you said, no penalties. That's really hard to do.
Yeah,
Hungary,
especially on Hungary. You have that infamous, is it turn 4, turn 5?
Turn 4. The chicane as well is deceptively easy to get penalties on, I find. Yeah.
The fast right-hander as well, going wide there. Did that a lot.
If you do it right, though, you go really wide and you don't get penalties.
That's true. That's true. Happy with my P4. I was dreading that P5 again, because if you look at if you looked at the standings before it updated to just be points, you could see that all my races are pretty much P5 or higher. Apart from that one disqualification in Austria that we don't talk about. But anyway.
Yeah.
I'm kind of happy. Well, I am happy. I shouldn't be kind of happy. It's a good result, nonetheless.
Yeah, well done on that. Looking forward. How's Belgium for you?
Oh boy. That can
Is
be
that
either
a good old boy or a bad old boy?
It's either a hit or miss. My track record on that track hasn't been spectacularly good in past races, either ending in incidents or just not finishing the race in good positions. So I don't know. We'll see.
I guess they never miss, though.
Yep.
I'm sorry, that was terrible. But yeah, best of luck then for Belgium. Hopefully you can turn your form around there and get a good result there. That would be nice.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Cheers.
All right. I'll see you guys next time.
All right, see you, man. Next is Jonah, and I can't remember where he finished. We'll find out.
Hello.
Hello. Jonah, where'd you finish? I'm not very good at my job. I don't remember.
We have amnesia.
P7.
That's a good video game. P7.
P7.
What I do remember is that it could have been a slightly better position, but
Yes.
bonk. Can you explain what happened?
I mean, Furious lost it and came back on the track and collected me. That's what happened.
Rip.
Yeah, I shouldn't say many bad things, or I shouldn't say some stuff I think right now, but I just think it's kind of odd that Furious is teammates with Justin and Pitts on softs in the middle of the race for no reason, because that makes no sense. Like, he can't make it last. He goes nowhere basically. I don't know. I feel like there was kind of a Mercedes team game to hold me up a bit, but I played along, let him through, and then he lost it a few times before, like he didn't spin, but he lost it a few times, which cost me some time, and then he eventually spun and collected me. Yeah, I mean, that was my race over by that point. Could have probably challenged for a podium at least, but oh well, what can you do?
Rip. Well, do you think you can have maybe better luck at Belgium, or is it a bad track for you?
I don't know. We will see. Depends on if I get taken out again or not.
I guess.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know how my connection was for the other drivers, but I had a few lag spikes because I'm driving on wireless internet right now, which is pretty bad. But I'm gonna try to fix that till next week. But we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Any closing comments or thoughts?
For me?
For either of you, really. I don't know what I'm doing.
No, I mean, P7 is a decent recovery after I needed to pit again, but could have been much better.
I suppose. Hagrid, I've done my speaking, you do it.
What? No. I don't
Do
speak.
it. I always do the interviews, Hagrid. You have to do them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so, yeah, next week, Belgium. I believe you... Let's have a look. So, after Austria, you were still leading the championship.
I'm not leading anymore, I can tell you that.
Yeah, we're not really sure, but, it's still quite tight, up there. Justin has made a little bit of gap now, and Formula Chris has gotten closer as well.
Yeah. No, yeah, a bit closer, but
yeah, a little bit.
a little bit.
Just a little bit. But yeah. So like you said, you don't really have that much time left for practice.
No, not right at all.
Yeah, so it's not, so we can't really expect you to be fighting for the championship in full force.
Probably not, no. I just think from week to week, and yeah, we'll see.
All right, that's pretty unfortunate. It was because of like college and stuff, I believe.
Yeah.
All right.
I moved yesterday.
Ah,
I
all right.
basically set up just like the best I could to race today. Yeah, I'm racing with like a little chair right now because I didn't take my rig with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but I mean, good enough to finish P7, I guess.
Yeah, it's completely different.
I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, thank you for the interview.
No problem.
All right. So we will see you back next week as well. Then I think.
I hope so. Thank you for commentating.
Huh? Sorry.
I said I hope so. Thank you for commentating.
Yeah. No worries.
No worries, man. Could be it. It is what it is.
It is what it is. So yeah, that's it for this week. So well, not completely this week, but at least for tier 2. So in 30 minutes we'll be racing in tier 1. So we will see you back in 30 minutes. I'm not sure who is commentating yet, but I'm pretty sure we can fix something. We'll see.
We shall see.
Yeah. So it's goodbye from us.